Warning, what you are about to see may cause laughter, excitement, or arousal. Please proceed with caution.
Courtney's on the way, get ready to play. Laugh the night away, yeah, she's here to stay. Fun will never end, with Courtney as a friend. On her we depend, our joy she will send. Courtney's coming soon, underneath the moon. We'll all sing a tune in the afternoon. Time to laugh and cheer, when Courtney's finally near. We will have no fear, happiness so clear. She's the best around, lifts us off the ground. Never feeling down, in joy we are bound. Courtney's coming soon, underneath the moon. We'll all sing a tune in the afternoon.
All right. Hello. I think I just had the most retarded moment of my life just a moment ago. But it looks like something might be happening now. Yay. Hello. Hello, Chris Thompson. Hello. Okay. Well, I'm very ill prepared today. Not for I don't really know why, but because I definitely wanted to get some of this stuff in order so that we could talk about it, but I just got carried away. What happened? Okay. I don't know, to be honest, because I hit all the same buttons that I normally hit, but apparently I could have sworn I was live and I wasn't. I was like, wait a minute, how come it's not telling me who's here? Like, how many people are here? And it's still saying I'm scheduled. Like, what the frick? So yeah, that's why I was a few minutes late, because I was literally just talking to the abyss, assuming that I actually went live, because I hit go live, but apparently when it was like right now, I said no instead of yes. So I just didn't know that. Anyway, hi, push-ups, hello. Good morning, Porchy. You're unprepared. That's all right. We still love you anyway. Love you. Well, I got all excited because Sam sent me some stuff regarding the Oklahoma City bombing with one of the first responders who was there within like seconds of it happening. And this part of it I actually hadn't heard of before, where this man filled out a report, because he was a police officer, so he filled out a report of what he witnessed, like when he approached the scene. He was also injured though, and so wouldn't you know it, the first time on the police force that he had not had, backup records of his police report, he essentially his report went missing. It was the only time that this happened to him. And he was getting, uh-oh, I have a rogue earbud. Hold on. Ugh, wait. Okay, that should be fine. But yeah, so he spent, what was, I think it was like a year. Yeah, a year after the bombing, he was found dead. That whole year leading up to it, though, he was essentially just like getting harassed by the police force. And he was watching all this like crazy shit happening where there were officers that didn't even they didn't experience it at all, right? Like they did not do any investigating into the bombing, nothing like that. And they were meeting with President Clinton and they were receiving these awards, and they weren't acknowledging him at all, even though again he was the first one on the scene, and he was injured and everything. But then he somehow did not exist in this case. And at one point he was trying to do some sneaky investigating, but he got caught. And so that kind of got him into some trouble. But anyways, Sam sent me an interview that his wife did after he passed away, and I just found it extremely fascinating. There's a lot of the stuff that she was saying was very well, it was a bit disturbing, but it was just also kind of a reminder, like, I don't know what's real anymore. Like, it got me I started thinking about how, like, remember the McDonald's hot coffee case? There are people to this day that still think that was just absolutely absurd when that woman was severely injured. People were, why was she driving with hot coffee, in her lap? No, her son was driving. They were still parked in the parking lot. Like they went through the drive-through, got their stuff, and then they parked in the parking lot so that she could open up her coffee and like put some creamer in it and whatever. And a little bit of it spilled on her, and she got, like, within seconds, she got severe, terrible, terrible third-degree burns all over her lap and very intimate areas. It was awful. She had to strip naked in the parking lot and then lay down in the back seat of the car. Couldn't put her clothes back on because if they touched her skin, it would pull all that heat into her skin. So she had to ride naked to the hospital while her son took her to get her, have her injuries treated. And all she wanted was $20,000 from McDonald's to cover her hospital costs, as well as lost income because she couldn't work. I think it was for like 1 or 2 months, something like that. That's not a lot of money for McDonald's to fork over. $20K. So they they basically like paid off the media. Or I guess honestly, I think what it was, I need to actually relook into this because there were some things that I remember George Bush was involved. He was still governor of Texas, and it was something really fucking weird with him. But essentially, the government worked hand in hand with the media to spin this into, oh, this is a frivolous lawsuit. Like, people need to be responsible for themselves and not spill coffee and whatever. Because they were trying to pass frivolous lawsuit laws so that we ding dang Americans would stop pressing charges against corporations, the corporations that are running the government. Wouldn't you know? Surprise, surprise, folks. Amazing. So There was another part in there though that I didn't really fully investigate with George Bush, but it had to do with something like abortion laws or something crazy. It was, I don't know, but it just reminded me of that. Like, okay, what is even going on with this? To be honest, like, what is the point of even putting this event in the media if we're not even going to learn the truth about it in the first place? Why are we talking about this this building being bombed if it's not, if nothing that you're telling us is real? Oh, Porchy's gotta go. Well, Porchy, thank you for stopping by. We're gonna be doing this again. Well, we'll be doing more reading. We're not doing any reading today, but tomorrow, early evening, Friday night. I have Friday night scheduled for 10 p.m. Eastern, but I think I'm gonna reschedule it for 9, so that we can read for a little while and then do karaoke with Keanu on Friday night. So that'll be very fun. But yeah, what would be the point? Do as Porchy says, you guys. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you. But yeah, what's the point in any of that if you're not going to, if we're not going to learn the truth anyway? Like, what are you trying to tell us? Because what I got from the Oklahoma City bombing in general was that the government is bad. So like like what narrative were they trying to push with that then? Like, what were they trying to do? If this was like, what? Yes, the bombing was supposed to be in response to Waco, which that was sketchy because of the former Clinton bodyguards killed. Oh no, see another rabbit hole. Hello, working on your roof? Tommy, be careful, please. Stay safe. Push-ups. Okay, I saw that you sent me the thing about the book that you think Ted Kaczynski plagiarized. I haven't watched it yet though. Should we watch that? You guys want to watch this situation? Oh, actually, you know what? Let's start off with something a little lighthearted. Okay. I thought that this was funny, and I think that we all need to have just kind of a nice little boost. Here, love this title. 8-year-old Ohio girl drove to Target and went shopping. I love this. I don't know whose money she used. Maybe she had her own money. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But what I gathered from this so far, because I didn't even read the full article. I was just so excited to hear that an 8-year-old took a car and went off to Target and then went shopping. And people are losing their shit. They're like, oh my God, why is it? What is going on in Ohio? And all I could think was like, oh man, you don't know what it's like to be in a small town, do you? Or just have parents that want you to be independent. Like, I don't know. That's another thing too, is like, people, do you not understand that you can be very protective of your kids and still teach them to be independent? You can be like a helicopter parent or whatever they call them, but still teach them how to do shit. Like, also, isn't that kind of weird? Oh my gosh, I'm not even sharing the part that I want to share. Oops. Anymore. Whoops. There we go. But yeah, like if you're going to be hovering over your kid on a regular basis and just like obsessively breathing down their throat, why aren't you teaching them anything? Teach them how to drive then. Hello. Police told Nextstar's WJW that the girl is too young to be charged criminally and that they are grateful no one was injured. So, oh yeah, the girl was not hurt, but she told officers she struck a mailbox during her travels. So, amazing. I just think that that's wonderful. So she had a good time going to Target without having to bother her parents, and she drove a car, and off she went, like, I think that's great. An 8-year-old actually feels like they have the autonomy to make their own decisions. They feel that they are, oh, what's the word, like, skilled enough to drive a car. Um, I think it's great. Teach your kids young. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, Lil, in my heart and my soul. Now, let me stop thinking words for a second. Let's see here. Push-ups. I would like it, but I'm not sure an audiobook of The True Believer would be interesting to everyone. Though I would find it fascinating to see people's reactions to the book. This link is an audio book. This is not like a. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then we're not watching it. Boo earns. So the Oklahoma City bombing, let's see here. Okay. So Terry Geeky, I think that they said his last name is pronounced, was the first police officer to respond to the Oklahoma City bombing. He later died under extremely strange circumstances. His death was ruled a suicide. So the interview that I was listening to, that Sam sent to me, was with his wife. So apparently they were actually divorced, and he was telling her, hey, something weird is going to happen. We need to get remarried so that you can have like whatever benefits, and then and you can use that to take care of the kids. That's already a little unnerving. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the chat without me. Don't play without us. But there was a part in there that's really stuck out to me because this is something that I'm hearing about more and more. I know I'm gonna switch gears a smidge, but what stood out to me was the first person that was demonized in this way in the public eye that I remember was Britney Spears. We were told, as soon as she had children and she didn't want to be in the spotlight anymore, and she started saving money for her kids and she wasn't leaving anything behind for her parents, suddenly we're hearing that she's a terrible mother, that she's insane, and she needs to be under a conservatorship and all that. Which to me, I think was all, like, for her especially, was very contradictory, because hello, if she was so unstable, why was she able to perform on tours? Why was she able to still record albums and music videos and act in TV shows? And like, I thought you said she was severely unstable and had dementia, so maybe I'm a bit naive. Well, I mean, but I didn't realize like how long this had been going on. So this quote here was at 50. I mean, I guess I kind of worded that a little bit weird. I just didn't realize that this was such a common narrative. We're also dealing with that. We're hearing that with Kanye West, which take that for what you will. But yeah, like, I definitely thought that something was going on with him way back in the day when he was up on stage yelling, "Oh, George Bush hates black people," and all that stuff. But like, I just don't. It's just amazing that people can pick and choose like who's crazy and when, depending on like when it fits their narrative. It's just anyway, I just wanted to share this part. Let's see here. Where are we? I can't hear anything. Let's see.
There weren't a whole lot of them that I befriended really intimately.
Were you married after he was on the department, or was he on the department when you were married?
No, we were married before he got on the department.
Before he got on there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, normally, Ken, you talked about, what's happened, and what we found out when we were investigating the Kennedy deaths was those people who were the most outspoken and vocal, like Tanya, were the ones that survived. Those that didn't talk, that knew things, that were a threat, they eliminated before they could talk, usually before one of the Washington investigations, like the Senate and Church Committee and so on. But what they'll do now is, on Tanya, they've already done some of it. They intimidate you first, then they threaten you. And then if that doesn't work, this is if you're high profile, they try to discredit you and debunk you. Oh, you're a nutcase. Oh, you're wild and crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have all the facts. You're emotionally disturbed and blah, blah, blah.
Now, last time I checked, I heard I was fragile.
Oh, fragile. Okay.
Fragile.
All right.
So I just think that that's fascinating because this interview, yes, Chris. He had Terry, is it Yeeki? Is that how you pronounce it? I can't even remember. But yeah, he I just found it very fascinating that to hear that. This is an interview from when was that? I think it was from the early 2000s because I think they said it was about 7 years after he passed away. Okay, well, this says several years after he passed away. But they mentioned it in the beginning of the interview. And yeah, I mean, obviously that's like a pretty basic tactic, right? Like it's not difficult to pull off, right? If you go against the powers that be, then they will make you look like a crazy person. And then the masses will just follow along because the powers that be said so. But I just find it fascinating that there are so many people out there that aren't aware of this being so common. That no matter who they say it about, I'm sorry, but they're lying to you. They're lying to you. Everybody they call a crazy person, they're lying to you. First of all, I don't know. Maybe I'm about to go down a whole different tangent right now when it comes to people being mentally unstable and conservatorships and all this stuff, but Britney Spears is not the only person in the spotlight that has been under a conservatorship before. Amanda Bynes has been under one. Bam Margera has been under one. Wendy Williams is, I think, currently under one. And all of them, what do they have in common? They're millionaires. They have people running things for them who want more than what they're getting from them. And so they are going to figure out a way to take as much as they possibly can and basically destroy them. I think that conservatorships are the most unconstitutional thing on the planet. I cannot believe that they exist. When I was in high school, I remember hearing about Andy Dick and how he was considered mentally insane. And the reason why he wasn't in a mental institution was because he was not a danger to himself or the people around him. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think I put my lipstick on a little unevenly. Even when Britney Spears was beating that car with an umbrella, she was not a danger to herself or anyone else. I can't think of a single normally stable person on the planet that would be taunted and attacked as hard as she was at that point in time and not do worse than what she did. Those people probably would have been, if it were me, oh my God. Oh my God. So just to think that, like, oh yeah, well, she snapped, she was pissed, she had asked these people over and over, the paparazzi over and over and over again, to leave her alone, and they refused to, so she got a temper. And now she's crazy and needs to go into a hospital for 3 days. That sounds insane to me. Because again, like, there isn't any reason why somebody should be under lock and key like that. Somebody who should be like held from or have their rights taken away from them, unless they are an actual danger to themselves and or others. None of these people were. It's just, it's and then we are all convinced, though, that these people should be considered insane, that these people should be locked up or whatever, because that's what the powers that be are telling us. And then you have stories like this, where this police officer was a first responder to the bombing of a freaking building, and his report was disposed of. It went missing. And now he's being intimidated by his peers. And then mysteriously, he's found dead by suicide. Simply, or not simply, sorry. He's found dead by suicide, yet he has lacerations in multiple parts of his body, like on his throat, on his wrists, and then a bullet in his brain that was shot at from essentially like what they consider the wrong angle, because it was not, the gun wasn't shot from like his dominant hand, right? So I just I now have a brand new rabbit hole that I have to go down, because I now am, I want to know what the hell they were trying to cover up. That sounds freaking crazy to me. Why would they why would they stage this? Why would they stage this? I know why they would stage 9/11, which is, that angers me to okay, sorry. Deep breaths. Can you sing every time? Maybe, but that song makes me extremely depressed, because I recently found out that that was actually about the abortion that she did not want to have, and not about Justin Timberlake. Whew! Breaks your heart. Oklahoma City bombing and Waco ruined my birthday. Jeez. That's very disrespectful. I have a friend who was born on September 11th. And unfortunately for her, she spent, was it middle school and high school? Because I was in high school when September 11th happened. But yeah, no, she spent, I think, yeah, it was middle school and high school. She spent hearing about how September 11th was her fault every year on her birthday from her classmates. The hell is wrong with kids? Who the fuck says that? Shame on all of you, children. Shame, shame, shame. Let's see here. The royal family was going to commit Princess Diana, but she went to the press with that famous interview first, so the public knew, or public would know her side. Yeah, I remember that. Well, actually, well, I don't remember it when it happened, but I have seen that interview. It's oh God, that whole situation is freaking devastating. Oh man, no, and again, that's another rabbit hole. The- Anyway, I should have like background music so that whenever I pause, no one thinks that I'm uh that everything's going to shit. Let's see here. What's this? It's pretty soothing, yeah? Do you believe he was conducting his own investigation? Terry? I mean, maybe, but the whole situation with that though is like, why couldn't they just keep his police report? Why didn't they take the information that they have? Because that's another thing. Okay, with Timothy McVeigh, they're saying, oh yeah, he's the one who did it, right? But there were rumors that this is the crazy thing. So he's supposed to be executed within like months, right? Like it wasn't like most death row sentences. It's like 25 years. It was supposed to be within months of his conviction, right? Because I think it was 2001, I think 2001. There was like controversy about him being executed publicly, like on TV, and so this was like a couple years, but like, so essentially, when was the trial? I don't remember when the trial was, but again, there wasn't an autopsy done? Okay, so they only had a medical examination. They didn't do like a full autopsy. That makes sense. But yeah, so they did the execution like right after they found him guilty. And that already is very strange because, again, nobody else had ever been executed that quickly after a conviction. Now, I get that it might have been a little bit different because this was, a bombing of a public building and all this stuff. It wasn't like a what am I thinking? Words. Oh shit, I just realized I forgot to take my meds. Well, that's part of the reason why we're having a rough time right now, but so that part was suspicious, but then there was like, I think it was, not very long, it was like maybe a couple years ago, there was apparent video footage of him just like hanging out, like living his life. So there was essentially like they faked Timothy McVeigh's execution, and then he just basically went into like a identity protection program of sorts and has been off living his life. I don't know, man. I don't know the truth. I'm just saying that's what I saw. That's what I heard. So then all of this is just like what was supposed to be like, what were they covering up? What was supposed to be what was the intention behind all of this? What were they hiding from us? What was going on? What Why? What is the point? Because again, like I understand with September 11th, $2.3 trillion went missing. And so a way to cover that up was, oh no, a plane crashed into this building and it that's the only spot that we had that we had all the records of that $2.3 trillion. I don't know. Oh my God, what do we do? Whoopsie. And then to distract from that, so that people wouldn't be asking so many questions, hey, let's just destroy these two buildings and claim that it was terrorists that crashed a plane into it or whatever. And now we have some of the most horrific video footage of watching American citizens have the most traumatic experience of their lives available for everybody for the rest of eternity. So why the fuck would I even give a shit about what happened at the Pentagon when this horrible tragedy occurred at the Twin Towers? And then not to mention the fact, like, what? The other plane that was apparently supposed to go to the Capitol building, what was going on there? Was that just like for funsies? Like, well, yeah, they were also intending to, like, harm the bigwigs up there. But, like, they couldn't get to us. Don't even know what that was all about. But so I get that McVeigh waived his appeal. Okay. So people usually get, isn't it 3 chances to appeal a death sentence? Because then if you take all 3 appeals and you're denied every single one of them. I mean, is that what happens? Is that like they have the chance to appeal, but then they just hold off on appealing, and that's why it takes like 25 years? I don't know. But see, again, that's why would you waive your appeal? I mean, was the case that open and shut? Was there no way of appealing at all? Like, you've got the Alec Baldwin case, the Hannah Gutierrez, the armorer. So she was found guilty in her case. And then Alec Baldwin, his lawyers were able to get the case dropped because of the prosecutor fumbling so hard and refusing to, or not presenting. She didn't necessarily, like, apparently she didn't refuse to present the evidence, but there's the bullets that were entered into evidence, and she didn't provide it to the defense when they asked. And so that's like a Brady violation. And they're saying that, she keeps saying, well, I just didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was there. And they're like, it's your responsibility to know. It's your responsibility to know. And so because that case was dropped, Hannah Gutierrez could actually go back and get her. Now she can appeal her case. He asked for the judge. He asked the judge to be executed within 4 months. Why would he do that? So what is the theory, that McVeigh was innocent? I don't know. What I want to know is why were they hiding the report that that the first officer on the scene that he filled out? Why are they hiding that information? And when he was trying to figure out what was going on behind his back, because he was being like kind of pushed out of the case and they were trying to get him taken off of the case. So he's trying to figure out why, because he was like, what? I got here. This is what I saw. And now suddenly all the information that I'm providing for this case so that we can investigate it properly is all being dismissed, being destroyed. So what's going on here? What were they covering up? What were they covering up? I don't know. But I find it to be, if all this shit is true, because again, like that, because then that guy got killed or was found dead by offing himself a year later, but he had lacerations all over his throat and his wrists, and then he had a bullet in his brain that was shot from his non-dominant hand. So what did he know that the powers that be did not want out there? Because if this was just something that happened, we have somebody did a very terrible thing, and here's all the information. If that's all that it was, then why couldn't we just know that? Why did they do this to this man? Like, what are they hiding? Is Timothy McVeigh innocent? Is he actually still alive like people were saying? Let's see here. McVeigh asked Judge Match to set an execution date or order the director of Federal Bureau of Prisons to do so, and asked that his execution take place within 120 days. But like, why didn't he just himself? Why didn't he, when he blew up the building, why didn't he just take himself with it then? If he wanted to be executed so bad. Like, I've never heard of somebody who, like that. This is the first person in history that's like, just take me now. I mean, look at Jodi Arias. If I was guilty, I would ask for the death sentence immediately. And then as soon as she's found guilty, no, never mind. Change my mind. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't make sense. I think because like any human being, no matter what horrible shit they've done, they're not like, okay, now I wish I'm dead, unless they have severe depression. But the thing is that what they don't do is first bomb a building. They just bye-bye. Or they do the Columbine thing. Pop, 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 pop. So it's just like I can't like fathom that thought process. That just doesn't make sense to me. You're either like, why would you make such a big statement against the government and then ask the government to take your life? Isn't that kind of like wild to think? Like, they are so, like, what you're against, what this big statement against the government that you're making is that they took the lives of a bunch of people illegally, essentially. And then now you want them to, the ones that you are so against, that took the lives of other people, you want them to take your life? That's like the exact opposite of what he stood for just a little while prior. Hi, McGuinevere, here you are. So it's just like, just because there's documentation somehow, some way, whether it's transcripts from court orders or video footage, whatever it is, like, that doesn't mean that he was set up to do it. That doesn't mean that he wasn't put in a position where he had to do it, right? I don't know, man. Okay, so Tommy Walker is now sending me down another rabbit hole. Look at this. Thousands of gold bars that were supposed to be in Building 7 were never recovered. Never recovered. Let's see here. The gold was stolen and they needed a way to hide that all the gold was missing. See? And that was the thing. It's like, what's up with Tower 7? What's going on there? Why? Because that doesn't make sense. The whole story of Tower 7? That doesn't make sense. All right, so here's the thing, Sundowners Club. The only thing that the reason why I'm so skeptical with this is there's so many things that happen behind the scenes that we don't know. And it doesn't make sense that a first responder has a report and it goes missing. And then he's actively being spied on and intimidated by his peers and by the powers that be. And then next thing you know, he's found dead. If they're trying to push this narrative, of course they're going to be able to be like, okay, here's the thing. We're going to go into this court hearing, and you're gonna say this, and it's all for the cameras, it's all for the transcripts, the public information, so when everyone wants to access it, this is what they have. But really, once the cameras are off, once the court reporter goes home, you're just gonna go on your merry way. It's just considering how many horrible things that have happened right in front of our face and we just accept it. I mean, look at JFK. That's been like right there. Like nobody cares. No one cares that there's all this information that was like a planned situation. That was not just like, oh my gosh. The one time that JFK was in a convertible and now suddenly his brains are on the streets? Crazy, right? Like, well, the government planned that. Like, oh, guess what? And we just we're just like, oh, wow. Amazing. I just can't believe that. Well, I mean, but after that, they were telling the truth, right? I mean, the thing is that I'm going to have to go down a huge rabbit hole and trying to figure out like what it was that was that they were trying to cover up and playing around. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. But yeah, like because I can't figure out what they were masking in that situation. Like I know what they were masking with the McDonald's media situation. I know they were masking with 9/11. I know why they took down JFK. So I don't know what was going on with that. I mean, I'm guessing that it had something to do with Waco because that was the whole thing of, you know, oh, well, I did this because the government should not have done what they did with the Waco siege, which I agree. They shouldn't have. That was fucking terrible. Why did they take down JFK? There were multiple reasons. The one that stands out to me was Operation Northwoods, where Oh man, they wanted to bomb Florida, get rid of Florida, and then blame it on Cuba. And so then that would be like their excuse to have a war with Cuba. And JFK said, no, I don't want to do that. We're not going to do that. Like, that is fucking crazy. Let's see here. The CIA and Hoover almost killed Elvis. That's a story that never gets talked about. Wait. Yeah, I don't even know anything about that at all. The CIA and Hoover almost killed Elvis. You guys, okay, hold on. I gotta write this down. I don't have an assistant, so I have to write this down. Let's see here. Should I save these creepy tweets? Yeah, we'll just go like this. Okay, so here. The CIA and Hoover almost killed Elvis. Okay. Why didn't they when JFK was gone? Dude, I don't know. I think that like the plan got foiled somehow, some way. Because I think there was they tried a different route. They were oh, I don't remember the whole thing. But there was a bunch of like that. Operation Northwoods was just one of them. You'll start doing screenshots. Sweet. Yeah, send a Red Rover, send those screenshots right over, and then we can Oh yeah, in the late 50s they were tapping his phones and following him. They thought they were going to destroy the youth with black music. You know what's really funny is that actually reminds me of when Eminem referred to Elvis and said like he was the next Elvis because he's stealing black music or something to that effect. And I thought, whoa, weird, because you know, in back in my day, you know, hip hop, R&B, rap music, that was considered the black music, I guess you could say. It didn't even occur to me that that was not the thing only a handful of decades prior. Let's see here. Elvis was a big fan of Hoover. He visited Hoover in 1971, said he was America's greatest living patriot. Okay, look at this. Hoover and Elvis never met. Hoover refused to meet with him. Holy smokes. See? Why is there conflicting information out there? Oh, see, here we go. JFK was killed because of executive order, blah, lots of ones. Going back to the dollar backed by silver. That was it. Okay, see? Okay. I need an assistant, you guys. Ugh. Okay, what was I just... And what fucking time is it? All right. Oh, all right. See, rabbit holes. And that's a big concerning thing to me. Why is there conflicting information? Why and who's finding what, where, and why? Because that is really concerning. There's so much information out there, and oftentimes we are led to believe that whatever it is that we're looking at is legitimate information. And so, like, unless we were there, unless we're the ones who, unless we experienced it, unless we are the ones who did the study or whatever, we just we have to either, you know, accept what we're hearing or try and figure out a way to get other information to prove this wrong or right. It's exhausting and very frustrating. But when you have, especially like, okay, just going back to McDonald's, that whole media campaign, I cannot believe that's legal at all. I mean, granted, like, yes, I believe in free speech, but when I look at free speech and what free speech means, it means that whatever I'm saying right here, right now, no, I'm not going to lose my YouTube channel. No, I'm not going to go to jail. However, if I'm presenting something to you as fact, especially if you're, well, what I really think should be illegal really is that the government was funding the media campaign to lie to the masses about this private citizen and her experience with the coffee that nearly killed her. That's what I believe should be illegal. The government should not ever be involved in something like that at all. And a media campaign like that should not exist unless there is actual, like, real documentation behind it, right? So for instance, with that McDonald's campaign where well, not campaign, but with the media campaign regarding McDonald's, where they basically went and, you know, defamed this innocent woman. They had zero documentation that proved that she was driving down the street. They had zero documentation that proved that she just dumped the coffee all over her lap. They had zero documentation. They had no evidence. But what they did have, well, most likely, I'm not, because this was back in in the early 90s, back in the 90s, CCTV footage of her still being in the parking lot. Because it could be a little bit shaky, but they do have documentation of them actually purposefully serving coffee that was way too hot because people would get it before they when they're heading on their way to work, and they wanted it to be hot still when they got to work, and it would cool down too much or whatever, right? She wasn't doing that, so why the fuck would you give her that coffee that hot? But yeah, nothing was the truth in that matter, and because the government was trying to pass, you know, laws regarding frivolous lawsuits, they pushed that narrative through the media, and I believe that needs to be completely illegal. No, the government should not ever demonize a private citizen for receiving an injury from an establishment. That should no. The government works for us. They are our employees. That should never, ever, 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 ever happen. The government should have the utmost loyalty to me, to you. Want to really blow your mind? Watch the video of LBJ signing the Civil Rights Act Rights Act when he says that we'll have these N-words voting Democrat for 200 years. Woo! Man, I'm going to be so busy. Do you believe Elvis is still alive and living on a farm somewhere, maybe living a second life as a preacher? I don't know. What was that? What's that guy's name? That everyone says that the pastor that they say that he is, or preacher or whatever, was like Bobby Joyce or something like that. Let me see here. Nope, that's not his name. What is his name? Oh, it is Bob Joyce. Well, what? Oh, the disrespect. So this guy, let's see here. Let's see here. So this guy, I don't think that, I mean, granted, it's hard to say because it's been like so long. So I don't know. It's hard to say if that looks like him, but can everyone hear it?
Oh Lord, my God, when I get lost in wonder, consider the world.
I mean, he sounds a lot like him, but it's just, wouldn't he be like 80 some odd years old right now? And I just, this guy, I mean, granted, I think that he's not that much younger.
My soul, my Savior God, to thee.
Yeah, I feel like this guy is too young. Let's see here. This says Bob Joyce. There's no way that this man is 89. He's not 89. There's no way he's 89. $1952. So he's like 70 something. 74? 70, no. He 72. So I don't. What's happening? What's happening over here? Brr, brr, brr. Government should work for us. Yes. Yes. Anne Hathaway is sitting up in the body bag. Anne Heche, yeah. And the crazy thing with Anne Heche sitting up in that body bag, so they said her body was all burnt up. It did not look burnt at all. At all. But again, she's one of those, similar to what I've heard about Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington, that she was about to out everybody in all the bigwigs in Hollywood and all the people that she saw doing terrible things with young children. And next thing you know, they're gone. First of all, when are we going to learn? Don't tell anybody that you're about to out anyone. Okay. Don't say, don't tell anyone that this is what you're about to do. Keep it on the hush. Okay. All right. Because obviously someone's going to get you. Let's see here. There was something else that I saw here. All right. I don't remember now. But anyway, if there is, here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something little dangerous. All right. And people are weird. All right. So I opened my DMs on Twitter. If there's video footage or shit you want me to watch, please send it to me now. But I keep seeing conflicting stuff going on in chat about watch the video of this, and then there's no video footage of that and all this stuff. So what I want is confirmation of whatever it is that you know of. Because I'll be real mad if I'm running around here trying to find stuff and then it doesn't exist. All right. She raised up and her arms were flailing. Yeah. And hey, where's the music? Sorry. That was very weird. When I saw that video, it did not, what I was looking at didn't look like what was being described. So I'm suspicious. And then the dude at the wig shop that was like, I don't know, she seemed fine to me. Like she didn't seem like she was drunk or on drugs. She just seemed like some lady that wanted to look at wigs. I don't get it. So, oh please. Oh no, whoops. I had my fan on. I had my fan on. And it was irritating me. Not only was it irritating me, but oh my god, hold on a second. But it was making my nose get runny, and it was just getting cold. It's getting very chilly out here. I don't like it. So I wanted to turn it off, but it has 3 settings, and I'm so used to having it on full blast at night because it gets very hot under the covers with 3 dogs. And so I just hit it the once to turn it off, and I was like, oh, whoops, then I am not snuggled in bed with 3 dogs. I have one dog right here. My little baby. Anyway, so there's that. So, yes. I trust Courtney. Yeah, no, honestly, like if there's stuff out there that that you guys want me to see, just send me links to whatever it is that you already are aware of, so I can go down some more rabbit holes. You guys, I'm very excited, by the way. Side note, I have an eye appointment tomorrow my contact lenses that I'm wearing right now are supposed to be 2-week contact lenses, and they're over 2 years old. They might be 3. I don't remember. Yeah. Ooh, Chris Thompson. I'm free to help out with any research. Oh, well, yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, I'll have to organize my thoughts and ideas here, because there's some stuff that I'm like not as concerned, like with the Anne Heche thing. That thing it's very bizarre. I'm not sure how much of a rabbit hole I really want to go down with that. I almost said go down on. Yikes. But especially the government situation. That stuff fascinates me so much, because I am, if you know anything about me, I really love this country a lot. And but what I believe this country to be is becoming more and more of just like completely unreal. And it's very frustrating to me, because what this country was founded on is so different from what every other country how every other country operates, right? Like you either have very unknown, I guess I don't even know if this is really a country, it's just a piece of land, but you've got I guess civilizations like the North Sentinelese Island, right? The people that live there don't speak a language that anyone else anywhere else speaks, to the point where so it's owned by India, right? They don't speak the same language as the Indian folk, right? The government that controls them, or just, keeps an eye on them. To be honest, they just kind of sort of check on them a little bit here and there. They don't even speak the same language as them, right? So they don't actually have laws over them. It's just sort of like, hey, this is ours. And so we just have, we have the authority to tell you, go the fuck away if we want to, right? And there's this history of people that want to go out there and hang out with them. One idiot is like, I have to tell them about Jesus. Motherfucker, these people are not going to know what you're saying at all. How stupid can you be? How fucking stupid can you be? So they killed him. And so like the Indian government, they don't go really anywhere near them, right? They just kind of like, they just scoot on by in their boats, and they just go like, oh, is everything okay over here? It's good. No one's intruding or anything. Or all right, see you later, bye. And that's it, right? So you have civilizations like that, where that's how they're ungovernable, really. Or you have the countries that are sucking the government's dick, and they are either fucked over terribly, or they're or they're also like fucked over in a different way, and they're Australia. But the reason why we became a country in general, look at that, like just fucking derailing. But the reason why we became a country is we're like, hey, we don't want to live like this. Right? Like in England right now, you have to have a license to buy a TV, for fuck's sake. What? That sounds insane to me. Sounds insane. It sounds insane. I don't understand it. So, what? God. But yeah, we were founded on essentially not suckling the government's teat, right? And now here we are, losing all of our money to them and receiving nothing in return. That's off limits because they're primitive and common cold can wipe them out. The North Sentinelese. Oh, like we're not allowed to go there? Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that, like, you're gonna get murdered if you go there. Like, don't go there. Nobody has come out alive. Everybody that has gone there to go visit has been killed. I remember some jackass. Oh my God, it was so funny. I think it was on Twitter. Some jackass in the comment section, when there's like a post about it, they're like, we deserve justice. We need to, I don't know if it was get revenge, but it was just essentially like, our citizens deserve justice for what those people did. We need to press charges and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, motherfucker, did you not read what happened to these people? No. It's just like that dude, what was his name? Otto something, that went to North Korea. I'm going to tell you right now, as much as I hate what happened with him, don't go to North Korea. Like, first of all, are you that much of a loser that it's spring break and instead of going to Cancun where everybody is like getting hammered and fucking each other, you go to North Korea instead? What? Listen, I was not cool back in high school. I was also a fucking poor, so I wasn't going anywhere. But if I had the means to go out of the country for spring break, yeah, I'm going to Cancun, where all the hot people are banging each other. Am I going to get laid? Maybe not, but I'm definitely going to be seen there. What the fuck? Like, again, I was not cool at all. Like, I was down here as far as cool people went. Like, I was not one of them. Okay, not getting invitations to prom or homecoming. Not even the ones where the girls ask the guys. Sadie Hawkins and Tolo. And still, like, you're not gonna catch me going to North Korea. Fucking hell. First of all, you're not gonna catch me like actively doing nerd shit like that. Like, if I'm doing nerd shit, it's no one's seeing that in public. But well, I mean, except for like nowadays. But yeah, I'm gonna pretend like when I was in my late teens, early 20s, yeah, I'm gonna pretend as hard as fucking possible to be the cool guy. Anyway, so enough of that tangent. I can't stress it enough though. What the fuck? So he goes to North Korea. I cannot believe that. I mean, I guess his parents were trying to keep him from going, I think. Like, he thought that he was we have like a guide there, and so they're gonna like help us with all this, that, and the other thing. Why does it look like my lipstick is just like smearing around down there? Yeah, we have the guide, and he's supposed to like essentially protect us and all this stuff. Like, babe, come on. And then what happened? There was the video footage of him like walking down the hallway, and there was a poster on the wall and it fell down, and then he like tried to pick it up and put it back. Woo! And that's what put him in prison. A poster fell down and he tried to put it back. So here's the thing, nerds that aren't going to get laid on spring break in Cancun, fucking go to spring break or fucking go to Cancun for spring break. Anyway, just do it. Don't quit trying to prove to people that like, oh, it's going to be different for me. It's never going to be different for you. You're not the exception. Anytime that you think you're the exception, okay? shitty romantic partner. Oh, that person sucks. Oh, well, but it's different with me. No, it's not. No, it's not. They're manipulating you. Oh, I can go to North Korea. It's fine. They're not going to arrest me. Nope, you're not the exception. Kim Jong-un hates you just as much as he hates anyone else who's not fucking North Korean. Okay? What's another situation where you might think that you're the exception? You're not the exception to the rule. You're not the exception to the rule. So every time you hear bad shit and you're like, well, but what if no, you're not safe. Okay. So Otto, I can't remember his last name, but Otto is dead. Yeah. He came back to America with his teeth rearranged in his mouth. I think he had botulism. He had some like wild brain infection from, I believe it was botulism, something to that effect. Like he was completely brain dead. He could not function on his own. He was a total vegetable. Couldn't speak, couldn't walk. Like he was just. And honestly, I think that they just kept him alive enough to get him back to America alive. But the intention was that he was not going to live. And that's what they do. That is what they do. Excuse me a moment. This is bothering me a lot. It just seems like there's like bizarro. All right. Anyway. Yeah, don't go to North Sentinelese Island. They don't want you there. You're going to get murdered. It doesn't even matter whether or not, like, you might give them a cold and kill them all or whatever. It doesn't matter. They hate you and they want you dead. North Korea hates you and wants you dead. Don't go there. You're not the exception to the rule. Stay the fuck away. Let's see here. All right, send you a video and DM, something patriotic. That's a pretty cool song, huh? That's my song. No one else has it. It's mine. Do you guys ever want to like write AI songs together? I always have a fun time with AI songs. Okay. Pipe down. Hold on. 21:15. Oh, the disrespect. Excuse me. I said one. Okay, guys. Penelope's having dreams. She's doing the like. Oh my God, she's so cute. What am I doing? Oh, Jesus. I thought the screen was already shared. It was not. Okay.
But I'll have to suffer that gracefully. I was asked and delighted to respond to speak tonight on the subject of Is America Exceptional, which is what I am about to do. Once upon a time, hardly anyone dissented from the idea that, for better or worse, the United States of America was different from all other nations. This isn't surprising, since the attributes that made it different were vividly evident from the day of its birth. Perhaps the most detailed and the deepest analysis of these attributes can be found in Larry Arnn's beautiful book, The Founder's Key. But let me say a few words about three of them in particular. First of all, unlike all other nations, past or present, this one accepted as self-evident truth that all men were created equal. Now, what this meant was that the founders aimed to create a society in which, for the first time in the history of the world, the individual's fate would be determined not by who his father was, but by his own freely chosen pursuit of his own ambitions. In other words, America was to be something entirely new under the sun, a society in which hereditary status and class distinctions would be erased, leaving individuals free to act and to be judged on their own merits alone. Now, there remained, of course, the two atavistic contradictions of slavery and the position of women. But so intolerable did they ultimately prove that they had to be resolved, even though in the case of one of them, if it took fighting the bloodiest war the nation had and still has ever fought. Secondly, in all other countries, membership or citizenship was a matter of birth, of blood, of lineage, of rootedness in the soil. From this, it followed that foreigners who might have been admitted for one reason or another could never become full-fledged members of the society. But America was the incarnation of an idea, and therefore no such factors came into play. To become a full-fledged American, neither birth nor lineage was required. It was only necessary to pledge allegiance to the new republic and to the principles for which it stood. Thirdly,
And my God, that is one thing that actually drives me insane right now is when people want to argue that like everybody should be here because diversity is our strength. I don't think diversity is our strength. I think that accepting people for being a person is important. But I just don't think that if you want to change a country, that you should be there. You should be in a country that you already align with. Like, why would you want to, if you don't want to pledge allegiance to an already existing society, then why are you there? Why would you want to be there? Why is it so important to fight to change it when there's already an existing society that you would be happy and comfortable in? Like the only time that the only time I would ever move out of this country is if there is another one that I believe deserves my allegiance more. That's it.
in all other nations, the rights, if any, enjoyed by their citizens were conferred by human agencies, kings and princes, and occasionally parliaments. As such, these rights amounted to privileges and therefore could be revoked at will by the same human agencies. In America, by sharp contrast, the citizens' rights were declared from the very beginning to have come from God and to be inalienable, that is, immune to legitimate revocation or cancellation or qualification by any human agency. As I say, these and all the other ways in which America was exceptional were obvious to just about everyone from the beginning. Now, to be sure, there have always been sporadic efforts to change or reverse the revolutionary course to which the signers of the Declaration of Independence pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor, and to whose lofty Jeffersonian words the Constitution later gave Madisonian flesh. The most influential of these counter-revolutionary efforts was and is the progressive movement, whose development from Woodrow Wilson to Barack Obama is brilliantly traced, as Larry has mentioned, in Charles Kessler's new book, I Am the Change. Nevertheless, and in defiance of such currents, The course mapped out by the founders has, in principle at least, remained the mandatory national direction to this very day. A good contemporary case in point was affirmative action. By resurrecting the hereditary considerations explicitly repudiated by the Declaration, and then updating them with race and gender replacing blood and lineage, affirmative action flew in the face of perhaps the most revolutionary of the ideas on which the American Republic was founded. Yet, so powerful a hold did this idea retain on the American mind that the proponents of affirmative action were forced to pretend that it was somehow faithful to the principle of individual merit. Be that as it may, as time went on, other characteristics that were unique to America gradually manifested themselves. For instance, in the 20th century, social scientists began speculating on why America was the only country in the developed world where socialism had failed to take root. As it happens, I myself first came upon the term American exceptionalism, not in a...
Man, I gotta say, first of all, affirmative action. I don't even know why it's like a thing, considering. I don't know. I just feel like I never lived in a world where it was necessary. I never applied for a job that was more appealing to men than it was to women anyway. So to me, I'm like, I don't know, man. It just seems to me that like I have the upper hand in getting this job over any dude that's gonna apply, because chances of a man applying for this is slim to none. So there's that. I don't understand why we can't just. Why can't we just be taught how to do the things that we want to do, and do them well, and do that, and get our careers and what have you based on merit instead of gender. A female that smiled looked like Celine Dion. I don't know if Celine Dion was in the audience. Now I have to say, when it comes to socialism, like, so we obviously have like social programs to a degree, right? Like, so public schools, police, firemen, right? I don't know what a society would look like if we didn't have those, right? Like, I have no idea. I mean, would we have to go back to, women staying home and homeschooling their children? Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Because let's be real. When it comes to traffic violations, we don't need cops, okay? We just don't. So that right there, we can get rid of. We can get rid of those. Now, when it comes to investigations, that one's a tricky one for me, because there are certain crimes that are committed that, like, we need investigators, right? So there's stuff like that where I don't know exactly how we would be able to go about it. But granted, if we weren't taxed out of the asshole, we would probably be able to just afford all that shit on our own. We wouldn't have devastatingly poor families that are desperately relying on the government to give them free shit, because they would have money. So there is that. What was that? What else was I just thinking? I don't remember now. But of course I don't remember now. My brain doesn't function the way I want it to sometimes. But yeah, for the most part, like I don't see why we need to adopt socialism, especially to the extent that people want it. Like, oh my God. Like when it comes to healthcare, I don't think that our system is the greatest, but from what I hear, people with universal healthcare, I don't know. Cops and detectives, two different things. I know, but they work hand in hand. What I'm saying is that we have, like, part of our socialist programs, we've got like firefighters, we've got cops, like we have investigators, right? We have prosecutors. Those are all funded with our tax dollars. And so if, if those are gone, if those are missing, then what? Because, we're not being taxed out of the asshole anymore, then what, right? Like, what do we, like, how do we utilize those resources when we need them, right? If they're not there, is what I'm saying. But like a cop, as far as like a cop goes, we definitely don't need traffic. We don't need traffic cops. We don't. We fucking don't. Now, responding to like calls for like, bar fight, domestic violence, someone's trying to murder me or whatever, we definitely need somebody to come and protect us from that. However, a lot of those things I believe can be solved with our Second Amendment. So there's also that, like, put it back into the citizens' hands. So like, how much do we really need like a cop responding to certain calls, right? But we definitely don't need traffic cops, like for anything, okay? The only time that we would need a cop to respond to a traffic violation is if there's a car accident. And at this point in time, we have the tools to investigate car accidents to where you can figure out how fast somebody was going. And to that I say, yeah, you know what? Get rid of speeding tickets altogether. And when investigating something like a car accident, when you find out how fast the car was going, or both cars were going at the time of the collision, then you can add that on as like a secondary violation. Like it'll like up the ante when you determine that the one person was at fault and one wasn't, right? Because like, if I want to go 80 in my car, it fucking goes 80. Let it just go 80. I have brakes on my car. Why can't? And honestly, based on some of the dumb car accidents I've seen, I'm pretty good at like avoiding car accidents, right? So I say that now and like watch on my way home tomorrow from my eye appointment. Courtney was in a car accident because she's an idiot. The car computer will tell you, yeah. See, hi Zomacool. Well, exactly. Like most cars at this point in time, like they all have a little computer in there that tells you how fast that car was going. So like I say it should be that traffic violations, not wearing a seatbelt, using your phone, blah, 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 secondary. All that should be secondary to in a car accident if you're at fault. Otherwise, who cares? This is America. I'll do what I want. Running a red light, same thing. Who fucking cares? If I ran a red light and caused a car accident, fine. Again, secondary offense if I cause a car accident. But if nothing happens, then who cares? As the old saying goes, it's not illegal unless you get caught, right? Same thing here. It's like, yeah, what you're doing isn't wrong unless you actually cause a problem. Because again, this is America. Let me do what I want to. As long as I'm not hurting anybody, who cares? Why do you care? Oh, because you want my money. Some people will flee the scene. Here's the thing. My rant is coming from somebody who, it's coming from me. I was in a car accident in 2016. Actually, that's part of the reason why I'm in such significant pain and can't stop moving around and fidgeting in my chair. Like right now, I might start crying, but I was on my way to a friend's house one night, and I was on a 2-lane road, and some drunk maniac was speeding behind me and passed me on the left while I was turning left, and they basically like ripped off my front wheel and drove away. And there was no evidence that she was the one who was driving, except I actually I actually have a bit of evidence because it turns out she went to elementary all the way through high school with a friend of mine and her younger sister, and the younger sister was actually getting married that summer, 2016. Yeah, I guess so. Oh shit. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So the friend basically uninvited her from her wedding and was like, yeah, I know the person that you hit that night. And then she was like, oh no, is she gonna sue me? And I unfortunately found out that she did not have insurance, so I couldn't sue her insurance, and I was fucking broke as hell. I couldn't afford a lawyer, and I didn't know like what to do, like who to go to, whatever. Like I don't have parents, right? So like even though my mom was still alive, but like none of that, they didn't teach me anything. So I was on my own. I didn't know I just didn't know my up from down. I didn't know what to do, and so I left it alone. And so she got lucky with that. I'm sure karma's gonna fucking stab her in the ass hard though. But even though I had that experience and I will be in pain for the rest of my life and was left without a functional car for over a year, and then of course had to spend my hard-earned money getting another car. I still, the way that I see it is, yeah, leave me alone unless something happens. No, granted, that's another thing actually is that I do believe in more like CCTV cameras and shit like that to track this kind of stuff down. And again, guess what? No, investigators, government, you don't have access to that unless you have a warrant. Then you can use that to spy on me for those specific timestamps. Otherwise, no, you can't just be doing whatever you want with my private information, with what I'm doing. You need to stop listening to my phone, like that kind of stuff, right? Like, I think that, like, yeah, like I remember talking to this guy. This was years ago, but I was like, yeah, somebody has like an Amazon Echo or whatever with the like, little Alexa in there, and there was a murder recorded on that in his house, and for some reason, like it's known that that it was recorded on there, but for some reason, like it can't be used as evidence. Like the government can't investigate it to use that to like press charges against this person for murder. And I was like, that's just crazy. Now, I would say that perhaps the reason behind that would be that you can't identify who's in the recording because it's just an audio recording, so you can't tell like who's who, so you can't use that to press charges against a specific person, right? Like I would say that maybe that's why, but the dude immediately was like, so I don't want the government spying on me. I'm like, so you think that it's perfectly fine that there's evidence out there that somebody was murdered by another person, and you think that the government shouldn't have access to that? Because here's the thing, this was like 2018 or something as we were talking about this. So since the two of us had been alive, the government already had the right to get a warrant and search whatever they wanted to if they had a warrant, but they had to have a warrant. So the warrant, that the reason why they would get the warrant is they would have to go to a judge and be like, hey, I have proof right here. This is my proof right here that we need to investigate this. So why would your argument be, well, I don't want the government spying on me? The government's not fucking spying on you, stupid. If the government has a fucking warrant and can and is going to investigate that Amazon Echo, then they should. No, I don't think that they need to be surveilling the premises 24/7. But I think that they should have access to that if they have proof that they need to investigate it. So in this situation, there's CCTV, and it can capture who's driving the car at the moment or whatever. And that was the car, like while we're driving down the road, then yeah, that should be used in that situation to be able to press charges against this person. Well, otherwise, if I'm just minding my business and that person was minding their business and I was just turning left onto my friend's street and heading on over to their house, fucking leave me alone. Even if that person was hauling ass down the road, if they didn't hit me, who cares? I don't care. The reason I do care is because I'm in pain from my left shoulder down through my left hip for the rest of my life. And I didn't have a car for over a year. Probable cause. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like it to me, I think that if we have a way of essentially tracking or surveying those types of areas where somebody could flee the scene or whatever, then I mean, and not to mention the fact that it's legal to record in public areas, right? So if that's the case, then why wouldn't we just have more camera footage and just go, okay, this is where this car accident happened. So since we have this police report that this car accident happened right here, then I suppose we're going to have to pull up that footage and see what happened and then figure out who caused this car accident. No brainer to me, but who am I? I'm just a fucking idiot. Am I right? Let's ask Darth Vader.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Lord Vader, am I a fucking idiot?
Don't force it to happen.
Oh. That was actually very sweet. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lord Vader. Have I done acupuncture? I have been getting acupuncture for years. For years. Yeah, I used to get it 3 to 4 times a month. Now I usually get it about 1 to 2 times a month. Sky News is reporting the walkie-talkies. What? Do you mean the pagers situation, or are you talking, or what? It's easy to mount your phone on your dash or install a dash cam. Yes, but if somebody comes up behind me and rear ends me, I don't have my phone on the back of my car. Like I can't record that. Like my car would have to have cameras on every angle of it, which is like, again, that's legal and you can do that. But if the police are wanting to investigate something, then we should be able to have CCTV out on the roads. Why not? I mean, I don't know what it would cost to have like dash cams and shit on every angle of your car, but I think American citizens should definitely be able to do that. Oh man, my back hurts. Oh wait, 2 different systems that have blown them up? So wait, there's walkie-talkies and pagers that have blown up the penises of terrorists? What is happening? Oh wow. So is it pretty much just like every communication device? Are we gonna find out like tomorrow it's gonna be landlines and then the next day it's gonna be oh wait, you said walkie-talkie, so it's already the handheld radio. Stand up and take a break. Sing a song. Just hang on a second. No, don't hang on a second. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I have to. I have to. Do you have to? Do you have to? Can you hear that? Let's do that. So. Oh, wow, this is incredible. Oh. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Guys, what the fuck is going on with this? All right. Okay, hang on a second. Oh, then. Oh. Well, it was perfect timing. Israel tricked them into using the beepers and pack them with explosives. But okay, but what I'm saying is, wait. See, I'm extra confused. So, no one. Okay, yeah, this is good. No, this is great. This is perfect. This is perfect. Nope. See, this is why I like having the virtual background, is because when this thing starts spinning around. Oh shit. Well, bye. USB device not recognized. Okay, that's cool. Hold on. Well, that was fun, everybody. Let's see. Why are you shutting yourself off, motherfucker? Wow. Hello? Wait. Is it working again? Wait. Oh, wait. What an idiot. Nope. All right. That's cool. I think I figured it out. Wait, hold on. Oh, hey, oh, whoa. Turn it off for a second. Yeah, no, I have to turn it off for a second because yeah, why I chose a virtual background, but it doesn't want to recognize a virtual background. Interesting. Well, this has been a bust because I just wanted to stand up for a second, and now everything is acting a fool. How rude. How rude. You're fine, keep going. I know, but like now you guys can see my white trash den, you know? I didn't want you to see my white trash den. I just wanted to stand up. Let's see. I wonder if that changes it. Yeah, that was really. You recommend using a green screen? No, I can't use a green screen because the last time I used a green screen, you decided that I was going to have a green halo. Huh, interesting. It looks like a padded room. I know, it's so stupid because, you know what, actually, here, hold on, because I know how this motherfucker gets. I knew it. All right, let's see if I, don't you fucking follow me. I don't even know why I'm doing all this. It's already been 2 hours and I'm not even trying to hang on that much longer, but still. I'm still going to do this because at the very least, oh God, hold on. What a mess. At the very least, we're going to try and end this without me just like fucking leaving, right? Yes, you guys, I'm in a padded room. For fuck's sake. All right, I'm going to do that. And that. And there we go. All right, there we go. I think that should be fine. I mean, it's not that much better, but I feel bad, but she needs it. And only for me to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll sit down. Oh my God. Well, I don't even know anymore. I'll just do that. So that was dumb. I'm a little annoyed with oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, that's really stupid. I just found out that, so all that time that I was like, oh my God, the green screen looks terrible. There's actually like a section I just discovered. I just discovered that it, you can like reduce the intensity of the green screen. And I don't like that this thing is so loose. Why is this part so loose? I know gaming chairs are usually complete crap and usually waste money. So the thing is with gaming chairs, I have only used one in my life at my last job. And the only thing I liked about it was that it did have like the back was a little bit better as far as like reclining it and stuff. Like you could actually recline it. And it also had a footrest, which made it really easy on my hip flexors, especially. And so there is that, but like I don't know why they're so expensive. Well, that was another thing too, is that one was like actually quite cheap. And so maybe that's why it wasn't that great. I don't know. But I didn't like it very much. StreamYard? Yeah, I'm using StreamYard. Yeah, and to be honest, I don't even know what knocked the camera off. Like it was plugged in on both sides. So I don't know why it decided that my camera didn't work anymore. All right, harmonica time. I forgot where my harmonica was. Yeah, I should go soon because I need to work out. Ah. I don't know how it is. It's like difficult to remember how to play that song, but it is. That was a very complicated task for me to open that thing back up. I just want this to, okay. In fact, hold on a second. Look at this thing. Yes, my baby dog. Look how beautiful she is. Oh my God. Hi. Now you want attention? Hey, be careful. Chungus is like the most obnoxious, insane thing on the planet when she starts getting hyped. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this mutant. Here we go. There's that one. There. The babies are here. So anyway. Hi, Kiki. Yeah, I just had like a weird situation with my camera. It was really fun. Everyone found out that I apparently am in a padded room now. Have you remembered to eat today? What do you mean I haven't remembered to eat today? It's only 1 p.m. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. That's how I hang out with these dogs all the time. Boop, 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 boop. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Hey, sit up straight, ma'am. Do 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 do. That's how I hang out with the dogs all the time. All day, every day. Woo! All right. But or I think well, we barely scratched the surface of a bunch of shit today, which means we have more shit to do later. Keanu, we need to discuss time slots for Friday night. Because right now, this is what I'm thinking. Right now I have it scheduled for 10 p.m. Eastern. But I also was planning on starting the stream reading from I'm sorry, honey. I know you hate that. Chungus thinks I'm barking when I cough. But reading from a what's it called? Industrial Society and Its Future. So I'm thinking maybe I'll reschedule that for 9 p.m. so I can read. So I could read for like an hour roughly, and then we can do karaoke starting at 10. What does that sound like? How does that sound? Kiki. What do you think, crowd? We read from Ted Kaczynski's manifesto at 9 and then karaoke at 10. Yeah. Yes, because yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. So I shall this thing. So I'll reschedule that. And then I do it all based on Eastern, Chris, because I'm like the only person who's on Pacific time for the most part. So I don't know what the fuck this dog wants. Because you can't tell me that she wants to lay on that pillow with Chonk. Here, let me. You know what? I should take away my name. Oh, you guys! No one even reminded me that. What am I doing? There we go. Whoops. Oh, you can't even see Chungus' head. Well, maybe you can if I do that. I mean, I don't know. Oh my god. Seriously? Cricket's such a bully. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to reschedule from 10 p.m. Yeah, so Chris, like, when I post stuff on Instagram, most of the people who follow me on Instagram are Pacific time. Like, they're all pretty much, because I haven't used Instagram in so long. But it's all people that started following me like forever ago, and I only knew people over on this side of the country. So I'll post that, and I'll post stuff on there saying like 7 p.m. Pacific, because like I said, most of the people that follow me on Instagram are on Pacific time. But yes, when trying to arrange things with other people, or especially if I'm like posting stuff on Twitter, things of that nature, Eastern time is what I'm going off of. So yes, it's 2:14 in Montana. Well, it's 1:15 in Washington. We're gonna force you to get on Twitter. I don't know. If you want to get on Twitter, like there's a lot of stuff that goes on there that doesn't happen elsewhere. And so so I mean, I would say it's probably going to be, you probably benefit from joining the Twitter party, but it's up to you. It's up to you. It depends on, if you want to miss out or not. There's that. YouTube is as far as I'm willing to go into the internet. Yeah, fair enough, man. There's too much going on the internet.com. I get it. Okay, guys, I'm closing my DMs. All right, so if you guys don't have anything to send me, I'm closing them up. Well, sorry about it. Because, yeah, I only wanted to, if you guys had shit that you wanted to share with me for this stream, that yes, I was willing to receive it at the time, but I'm not trying to put up with you fucking weirdos on Twitter anymore. That shit, that dude fucked it up. If you were here, you know. Dude got weird. Extra weird. Oh my God, I love this thing. But yes. Anyway, God, this shit is derailing fast. Probably because it's time for me to work out. And I've already been at this for over 2 hours and my back is killing me. So that's what we're going to do. Okay? It's garbage day. These motherfuckers. That better not be the actual waste management. I'm going to be pissed. Have your shit out by 5 a.m. Oh, really? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Anyway. Rude. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to try and figure out this virtual background situation because that's like actually quite upsetting to me. I don't appreciate it. I feel like this. Please note, recording settings are disabled while live. I'm not. Oh, wait. Whoops. Yeah, I'm very upset by this. I think that this is a disgrace. I think this is a travesty. I think this is an injustice to the StreamYard users. Okay. So I feel very disrespected. Oh, honey. I hate it. I'm mad. If you don't count my Droid phone, it's like 1995 at my house. I mean, my house is probably pretty similar to that. Like, I got a Google Nest or Google Home for like free, but I never use it. It's just unplugged. The only time I've ever used it, I plugged it in and connected Spotify to it so that I could play it for the like a soothing playlist for the dogs on 4th of July, and that was about it. Otherwise, like, I have a TV. That's it. I am. Yep. All right, guys. Yep. I'm losing steam. My back hurts. I need to cry in the corner for a minute. Probably grab some food and all that. But tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. 6 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna what's the word I'm looking for? We're gonna pick back up with Industrial Society and its future. We're gonna do that until nightlife starts, and then Sing Cool by Gwen Stefani. I never got into her solo shit as much, so I can't. But maybe we'll start off tomorrow night with a song. And I'll try and do one of your recent requests, Cult C, so that we can start off on a good note, and then you know what? Let's end this on a good note. Actually, I'm gonna find something here. This is something that has made me laugh a lot over the years. You guys are probably all gonna be like, okay, so she's definitely retarded. But this is one of my favorite, it's something that has made me laugh quite a bit ever since I discovered it. Like, I don't even remember how long ago it was. Oops, nope. Oh, I can't see you guys. Right, here we go.
Turn camera.
Mark.
102, take one.
With overlap, action please. Action also please.
Just do anything?
No, it's sorry, cut. Go rolling.
102, take two.
The French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson
102, take 3.
Action, please.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson. Inspired by that same French excellence, it's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So
Cut.
Paul Masson.
Amazing. Oh, the French champagne. I wish there were more. I wish we had more outtakes from that. That shit. Is he shit faced? Yes. Yes, he was hammered. I think he got hammered on the product before filming. That's amazing, right? I love it gets me every time. It doesn't do anything. It's fucking wasted. Oh yes, Moira and her fruit wine. Oh my god, we need to look that one up too, huh? Let's see. Oh, fingers crossed for Mariah Carey. Uh-oh. He did one for frozen peas too. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're putting that on the list. Moira fruit wine. Orson Welles peas. Man, I really need an assistant to take all these notes for me. But yeah, that's something that I oddly enough, I would get really hammered and watch that on repeat. Wonder why. But yeah, so I thought we would leave on that note. Give us a nice giggle, cleanse our palates a bit. Oh, the French champagne. Okay, so tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, hire a dog to do what? 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to pick back up with Industrial Society and its future. Read that for a couple of hours before nightlife starts. And then Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to read for about an hour and then get into karaoke.